evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Puppet Boris here with some more ranked play. Here we're going to do some more games with the Mage-a-Death deck sent to me by my friend Dan. This is a very strange deck. It combines the Undertaker and the Mad Scientist with lots of death, rattle, and secrets. And has a bunch of the Nextramus legendaries, the Baron, the Fugan Stalag thing, and Kel'Thuzad himself. Now, one issue, the deck I think has a couple of issues. One is that there's no removal apart from Vaporize, so if you get off to a slow start or if your opponent clears you out pretty well, then you can really fall behind and just have nothing that you can do about it. The other issue is that there's no way to pop your own eggs other than your hero ability, which is inefficient, or Baron Geddon, which is just a single card. So, if we could get some more... If we can get some more removal and some more synergy with the Nerubian Egg, I think that deck could be a little bit stronger. I want to play some more games with it before I, make any judgments or decisions, but that's what it seems to me with my limited play testing. I think, furthermore, one other solution it might be to take out the Nerubian Egg and replace that with some removal to just take that particular bit out of it. Alright, so here's Mad Scientist. Is that worth playing over the Loot Hoarder? I think so. I think it is. No reason to cash out these spiders at the moment. The Raptor is welcome to kill the spider if it wants to, because one of the spiders that pops will be able to finish the Raptor off, and I should have a spider left over. Here's an Emperor Cobra, which is fine. Okay. So I could play the Kirin Mage and get Mirror Entity. Or I could, if I use my hero ability, I could kill off all of his stuff. I think it's actually worth it to get this out. Well, you know what I should have done? I should have done this first, because if I popped my other Mirror Entity out, then it, I wouldn't be able to play this one. Well, okay, so if I get Mirror Entity, does it, only pick non-Mirror Entity secrets? In other words, if the Mad Scientist now dies, is there a chance that it will randomly select Mirror Entity and therefore fizzle and do nothing? Or is it guaranteed to pick a valid secret? Well, we'll find out. So I get Duplicate. Alright. Well, my opponent, I'm guessing, will kill the spider, because first of all, that's a way to check for Duplicate, and then second of all, that is a way to use the Cobra more efficiently. But he decides to kill my Kirin Mage. I think it's a mistake. Apart from me getting a pair of these guys now, killing this would have left the Cobra alive, and then it would have killed the Kirin Mage off as well. So I'm not going to play these guys. A 4-3 for 3 is not bad, but it's not as good as a Harvest Golem, I don't think. And I would like to wait until I get an actual secret here. Oh, there's Kel'Thuzad. Very nice. Well, okay, there is a point to playing this, which is that if he plays a big minion, if she plays a big minion, I'd have more power to take it down with. It's actually worth considering. I mean, if she plays a big minion, I'd get a copy of it. Yeah, okay. So because I have Mirror Entity, I will play the smaller Harvest Golem, but if it weren't Mirror Entity here, I would have played the bigger Kirin Mage. She might deduce that I have a Mirror Entity from this fact, because she might figure, if she's really advanced, okay, wouldn't the person have wanted a Kirin Mage to help bring down minions? Alright, Nightblade is a really smart play. I get a 4-4 for my 3 mana, which is pretty good, but not as good as it can get. And I do kind of regret not playing Kirin Mage before, because this would have been able to kill the Nightblade, and I would have gotten to keep my own Nightblade. Well, another thing this deck lacks is healing. So, against a mage who's playing the more, traditional, burn them down, fireballs, polymorph, or sorry, fireball, pyroblast stuff, I could be in trouble. Because I'm not going to be able to play that burning down game, but I also don't have any healing to counter it. Well, 23 is fine. We're not at the end of our rope by any means yet. Got a bunch of minions on the board, so I should be able to kill off this new stuff she plays, and she spends her whole turn killing off my Fugan. Now, polymorphing it is a very strong move, because what it means is that it didn't die. It turned into a sheep and the sheep died. So now Stalag, if he comes by and gets killed, I will not get Thaddeus. Though that pair of legendaries, there are, just to be very clear, a bunch of different ways to, essentially negate the impact. But I still think they're good just because they have neutral stats, the proper neutral stats. I think that makes them worth playing, even though there's a whole bunch of different ways to counter it. Obviously, if you silence one of them and kill it, that counters the whole thing. If you steal them, that counters it. If you just have a Shadow or Death or something efficient to kill Thaddeus with, that counters it. So there's a lot to counter the Stalag and Fugan combo thing. Where is it? Yeah. But I still think they're worth playing. Okay, so she's playing a Spellbreaker here out of pure desperation. Well, why is she... Oh my god. Okay, okay, so let's just talk about what happened. I have 4 minions on the table, 3 of which have a beneficial effect, and she silences the only one that doesn't matter. Maybe she thought it would, like, cancel the secret I had played, but that, I'm afraid, honey, is not how it works. So let's draw our card first, see if I can get a secret. Since I do get a secret, I will go ahead and play it for frippity free. And now I'll do a Loot Hoarder and Swingity Swingle. So now this is a pretty good place to be. I've got 2 secrets, a board full of minions. If she Flamestrikes or whatever, I get 2 spiders, a damaged golem, and a card. And then next turn I can play Kel'Thuzad, knowing 1 Polymorph has already been used up. And Polymorph is pretty much, and a Silence has also been used up. So that's 2 answers gone from her deck for dealing with this big guy. Okay, wow, she decides to use the other Polymorph on a 4-3 as opposed to any of these things that have beneficial effects. Okay, that's amusing. So now Kel'Thuzad is relatively safe. I mean, the only thing that can stop him now is Silence. Fireball doesn't do enough damage. She would have to throw a Fireball and a Frostbolt at it or something like that. I didn't want to play Baron Geddon because right now it's not really doing anything for me. It would just have, you know, gotten me a card and some spiders, but that doesn't seem worth it. Alright, so she's trying to burn me out. Not killing my Loot Hoarder or the sheep. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and play Kel'Thuzad, I suppose. And we can throw the rest of the damage at her face. Oh, right, I don't have enough mana. So, okay. We're getting to the point where... I mean, she cannot do 22 damage. Just can't. And I got a bajillion minions. Pretty resistant to mass removal. Kel'Thuzad survives against Flamestrikes and whatnot. If she had back-to-back Blizzards and a Flamestrike, she could, like, do it. But other than that, I should be good to go. Plus, I could use the Baron Geddon now to start dealing damage to her. This is a pretty expensive way to deal 2 damage, but if I really need to, I can ping her 6 times and play the Baron. That'll also give me the kill. Right, she spends her turn Flamestriking here, but Kel'Thuzad survives. I get my spiders. And I should get a damaged golem. Yep. And my turn, she actually... Oh, yeah, I got a card from Loot Hoarder. Now she's going to kill off the damaged golem. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with Kel'Thuzad now. So he triggers. Everything comes back. Okay. I didn't actually need any of these minions because Kel'Thuzad plus the spiders I got would have been enough to kill her. Alright, that was pretty good. Pretty good game 1. So... let's keep on trucking. Keep on trucking in the onward direction. Got some daily quests here that I need to complete. 1 more win here will give me 1 of them. I actually just rolled the win 5 games with Major Hunter right as Dan sent me the deck. It's quite a fortuitous occasion. Do 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 do. Yeah, very Mage-a-Death appropriate song there that I'm singing. Kirito. Well, we have a pretty nice variety of things at least. We've got a priest in our spotlight game, then a mage, and now a paladin. I'll keep this. Hopefully I'll get one of the 6 secrets in the deck so I can play the Kirin Tor Mage on turn 3. And actually use it. Nerubian Egg. Yeah, Nerubian Egg. I almost wanted to mulligan it because I know it's just not going to do anything unless he plays a Consecration. It's just going to sit there, which is not that great. I think the Nerubian Egg is a problem with this deck. I'm becoming a little bit more certain that we either need to take the card out of the deck or we need to add some synergy for the Nerubian Egg to the deck. So here's our Mad Scientist, a very annoying minion to deal with because I think the reason why it's a balanced card, I don't think it's broken, is that you don't know what secret you're going to get. You might get a secret that's really inappropriate for the circumstances and, you know, just not get any value out of it. But it's still just a very annoying card to deal with because you don't really want to kill it because from the opponent's perspective, you know, they think you might get something really super great. So do I kill the Mad Scientist to get a secret or do I kill the Leper Gnome and keep the Mad Scientist around for the extra health? I think the secret's worthwhile. So we'll run that in, get a secret, see what we get. We got Duplicate, which is fine. We'll swing there, and then we'll play Undertaker. Well, that is one thing the Nerubian Egg does, is it'll pump up the Undertaker. So that's something, I suppose. Hopefully, though, I'm not going to play Nerubian Egg next turn. I'd rather draw a secret and then play the Kirin Mage in the secret. Alright, 4 mana. Is he going to consecrate? No, he's going to play a Yeti. Wishes for a mirror entity. Alas, it is not. And we get a Harvest Golem. Okay. Alright. I'm going to play the egg. I'm going to ping the Yeti. Swingity, swingity. So my hope is that he'll kill the Undertaker now, because that is the bigger threat with the Yeti rather than the Leper Gnome. That way duplicate will trigger on the Undertaker. Okay, nope. None of that. The Leper Gnome unfortunately will get... Well, actually, fortunately the Leper Gnome gets duplicated, not the egg. I don't want the egg. I want the Leper Gnomes because they actually do things. And I get a 4/4 here. Is he going to kill that or the Undertaker? No, he's going to decide to let the Undertaker live. A very interesting choice. So this allows me now to play 3 Death Rattle minions. And I think he realizes now that he has made a terrible mistake. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was going to get... I mean, it was only going to have, what, 4 health? Yeah, it was a 5/4. That was the final form of 5/4. He could have killed that with True Silver Champion or whatever. Show Wind Yeti? I don't know. But yeah, so 1 mana 5/4 is technically a 5/6 before it got damaged by Consecration. Is pretty solid. Okay, well, we can do another game. That was a pretty quick one. So even though I've had some complaints about the deck, it has won all the games so far. I think this is a very good deck, you know, as long as you're not like trying to make it to Legends or anything, playing against all the metagame stuff. As long as you're playing other homebrews, I think it's pretty solid. And quite fun, as we saw in that last game. The Duplicate and the Undertaker worked pretty amazingly well together. We got Bad the Druid. So I will keep all these cards, actually. This is... yeah, this is fine. The Mirror Entity is good because if I get a Kirin Mage, I get a blowout turn 3. Playing a 4/3 and then another minion for free, essentially, is really solid. Instead, unfortunately, I get another Mirror Entity, which is not as solid. Is it worth it to coin into the Creeper and play the Egg the following turn? I don't think so, actually. I don't think it's actually worth it. I mean, the Keeper doesn't really do much, and a Druid's likely to have a slow start. And the Egg doesn't do anything for me forever, so I might as well just leave it alone and save the coin for a better time. A Leper Gnome, a turn late. Well, in a way that's a good thing, because he had nothing better to do than Shapeshift anyway, so I guess the Leper Gnome might actually stick around for a little while here. Stupid Monkey. Fugan. Now, we can go for an entity here, and I think I will do that. I think what he's going to play is likely to be better than a Harvest Golem, so I'm willing to take that chance. Also, if he plays something cheap, you know, that means that he's afraid of Mirror Entity. Well, he makes a really strong play here. He impacts my board, and then gives me a relatively crappy minion, just a 2/4, which is obviously not as good as a Harvest Golem would have been, so I'd say that he won a victory there. Alright, well, we'll try it again. Maybe he'll think I won't do the same thing twice. Do I play a Leper Gnome here? Yeah, I'll play Leper Gnome. Even though it's just going to die to the Keeper of the Grove. It stops him from Keeper of the Grove attacking into my Keeper and shapeshifting to finish it off. Duplicate would have actually been pretty good, because then there was a chance that if the Keeper died, I'd get 2 copies of it into my hand, and then I could replay it for the 2 damage of the silence. Alright, he wraths my Keeper of the Grove, in this manner discovering that I do not have a Duplicate, a Spellbender, or a Counterspell, which is actually quite a lot of information. He doesn't have another minion for me here, and I get Fugan, which I think is, of the 2, if you're just going to put 1 into the deck, Fugan's probably the better one to put, because a 4/7 I would say is generally better than a 7/4. It sticks around longer and still has quite a lot of power. So Druids in particular have a difficult time taking down a 4/7. Unless he uses poisoned eggs or something. I get a Sludge Belcher, so my second Mirror Entity goes much better than my first one. That's for sure. And we get a Kirin Mage having played out both my secrets. It's friggin' lovely. Alright. Well, what I'm going to do here is attack that, finish it off, kill it. And here, I'll play the Creeper and the Egg. Now, the reason I'm not using my coin here is I'll just coin into Kel'Thuzad next turn. Druids, again, are going to have a hard time dealing with it. He's already used one Keeper of the Grove. So, he's got at least one less silence. And dealing 8 damage is hard for a Druid. Even if he's got the other Keeper, he's going to have to use it, and it'll be half of his mana, so no Iron Bark Protector or any of that nonsense. What's cool about Kel'Thuzad is it triggers at the end of each turn, which means that you can play him, and then if you have ways to just kill all of your minions off, they'll just all come back. Which is really great. 3, 4, 8 damage. I cannot quite kill this Ancient of War, unfortunately. But I still think this is worth doing, so we will play Kel'Thuzad. Run that in. It dies. Run that in. It dies. Now I have to think very carefully about this. If I run the spiders in, I'm going to have 5 minions on the table. Which means I'm not going to have enough room to get back everything that died. I wouldn't want to get back this Haunted Creeper. I'd want to really get back the Sludge Belcher and Fugan. Now, will they come back first because they died first? Okay, let's do this for science. I think that's how it should work. The 2 minions that died first should come back first. So I should have enough room for them and then the Haunted Creeper doesn't come back. Let's try this out. Alright, that is how it seems to work. It's whatever you kill first that comes back first, and now there's no room for the Haunted Creeper. But that's fine. Naturalize! Oh man, he actually plays with Naturalize. Well, at least I get 2 cards for the deal. For my trouble. Get a Healing Touch to restore all the health back to the Ancient of War. Alright, well that was a pretty well played turn. I have to throw so much stuff at the stupid Ancient of War that the cards I got from Naturalize don't actually really save me. I might have to drop Baron Geddon. I might have to. So I'm going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage to this. It'll be at 2 health. I have to swing into it with Fugan, unfortunately. Quite unfortunately. Vaporize is interesting. I doubt he'd fall for it. But I can get it for free if I play the Kirin Tor Mage. 4, 5, 6, 7. I could kill this thing off. Alright, we'll try this out. So I'm going to do this. Get a free Vaporize. We will kill this thing off. And now, I'll play Undertaker, get that party started, and a Mad Scientist who has Death Rattle. Making this a 2-3 for 1. Okay, so card-wise I'm doing much better. I've got 5, 6, if you count the Secret 7, 8, he's only got 5. You can play Naturalize, but that would be a bunch of mana. And I've got some decent minions as well. Alright, Starfall is interesting. That will kill off my Fugan again. Give me my Nerubian. And also a secret from Mad Scientist, which is Duplicate. Alright, that could be useful. He's going to kill off the Undertaker? Yeah, this guy knows that you need to kill off Undertakers, that's for sure. Luckily, I get 2 of them back into my hand now. And that's probably what I'm going to play next turn. Yeah, alright, perfect. So we'll do Undertaker. Wait a minute. If I do the second Undertaker, I won't have enough mana for both Sludge Belcher and the Golem. So I will actually, but if I play the Sludge Belcher and the Golem, this other Undertaker is not going to get used very much. So okay, we'll do this. I won't buff them both quite yet. I get a pair of 2/3s for 1 mana, for 1 mana apiece, which is pretty good. Still doing fine on cards. Got to Vaporize in case he gets anything big to stick. The Baron Geddon, not that great here, unfortunately. This might actually be a cuttable card. If you do cut this, then there's no synergy for Nerubian Egg, and you really do need to take that out or put some synergy in. Shapeshift. Cannot kill my Kirin Tor Mage buddy because I got a Taunter. Loot Hoarder. Alright, well, let's think. I can take this down to 5. That's annoying. Can't quite kill this Druid of the Claw. So I'm not going to play the Baron. That means I am going to play the Harvest Golem and the Loot Hoarder. So these Undertakers have gotten quite large now. They are Chillwind Yetis that cost a mana apiece. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's kill the... what's the right way to do this? I don't think there's a good way, unfortunately. Yeah, there's no good way, because I can't deal 5 damage. This Druid of the Claw is just a bitch to get through. Alright, well, since there's nothing good to do, we'll just do this, that, this, and then attack him with our quote-unquote Chillwind Yetis. Yeah, Duplicate plus Undertaker was amazing. Either you get 2 Undertakers back, so you get the 1 mana team ready to go, or you get a Death Rattle minion back, oftentimes, and then you can buff up your Undertakers a crazy amount. Alright, so this guy will kill off my Sludge Belcher, Nerubian, and Loot Hoarder. Alright. Note, I cannot trigger Duplicate on my own turn, so there won't be any of that happening. Well, since these guys are doomed to die against the Unstable Ghoul anyway, as is the Loot Hoarder, I might as well do this, because you should always draw cards first. See what I got. Ah, Kirin Tormage, I can play Duplicate for free. Very nice. Now we'll kill the doomed Nerubian. And the Sludge Belcher. We play the Kirin Tormage, get a free Duplicate. Do I play Baron Geddon? I don't think I want to do that. It would just damage a bunch of my own things, so if he ended up getting another Starfall or something, I'd be really screwed. Well, not really, because the Baron would still be alive, but I might as well keep this stuff around and get 1 big minion. So we have a Vaporize and a Duplicate. The Vaporize is irrelevant, but the Duplicate would actually trigger on the Slime, which kind of sucks, after he presumably shapeshifts it. What was the earliest thing to come out? I think it was the Sludge. Well, no. Oh my gosh. So if stuff dies simultaneously, does the Slime come first because the Sludge Belcher was played earliest? Or does it count like when the Slime itself appeared? Ah, that would be interesting. Well, we're not going to find out here because he's just going to kill the Slime, trigger the Duplicate that way. But still. Slime unfortunately doesn't have any Death Rattle, so it's not helping out my Undertakers at all. That was perhaps a less impressive Duplicate. In any case, I am going to kill him because I have enough damage with these Undertakers. But it was only 1 Undertaker, by the way, just 1. It got duplicated though, and then it became a powerhouse. Bonus star, yeah, and I think I got my card back now, right? Because I made it to rank 20. La-dee-da. Well, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and/or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.